Hello everyone and welcome back to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty drafts. This one is a traditional draft. The first pick, quadruple caster, but of course a really decent card. You could take that as the first pick. The other very good card in the pack is the Boseiju Reaches Skyward. Definitely easier to cast than the Invoke Despair. Um, This would require a very hefty commitment to black. It's not going to be easy to do that. Whereas if you play the Boseiju, well, as long as you have green as your as a main color, this is not exactly a splashable card because you do want to also get those two basic forests. So you want to have like at least 6 basic forests in the deck. But this of course it's not enough to have black in your deck. You would have to have a lot of black mana sources in your deck, and I think the Boseiju is the better first pick. It's a little bit safer, and it's also a really strong card, so nothing wrong with picking that. Um, then I have a Gloomsreaker. There's also an even invigorating Hot Spring, but this is the better card out of these two color uncommons. There's a Virus Beetle, Modern Age, some decent cards, but there's no reason to, you know, not take the best card in the pack because the only mono green card is the common with spirits, which is okay, but definitely not the kind of a high quality card as something like a Gloomsreaker is. As Ryan Stewart is colorless, but too early to pick that. So yeah, let's take the best card in the pack. The fact it's two colors is of course a little bit of less of an issue because my first pick was green, so if I will be black green I can utilize both of those cards anyway. Alright, so well, the green cards are the Harmonious Emergence is good, but it's just like a playable, nothing too amazing. Coming of Terrible Secrets, the only black card here, is of course decent, but requires a little bit drafting around it. Then there are Flame Discharge, Spirited Companion, Acquisition Octopus, the Modern Age. I like the Octopus more in decks that already have a bit of evasive creatures. Well, I have one Menace thing, but I'm not that sure if I would even take it over the Modern Age here. The question is, am I going to force black green or take a blue card in here? Or maybe the Spirited Companion. I think the blue card would be the Modern Age. There's the removal, which I don't like that much, but I don't know. Maybe I'll take the Kami of Terrible Secrets if I can, make this black green happen. They are two very strong colors in this set anyway, and it's early in the draft, so I can, easily draft around this mechanic. And while green doesn't really have artifacts, I think it has one uncommon one with reconfigure and the one for reach equipment, but black has of course a bunch of artifacts, plus you can just have colorless artifacts. With all that said, the pick here is gonna be the Dockside Chef. Not only is it a good card, it's also an enchantment creature, which is of course valuable if you want to go off with the Kami of Terrible Secrets. The other options aren't even that amazing. I think this might be one of the better cards in the pack, and it fits my colors, so definitely an easy pick up there. Storyweave, yeah, it can be interesting. Sometimes you can like have a surprise position or whatever other sagas you might have, but it's not really the pick here. The pick is going to be Tales of Master Cells Hero. It could be the Grafted Growth, but I like this 5 mana card a little bit too much to pick something like a Grafted Growth, because this of course allows you to start splashing, which is totally doable in this set. I don't usually like splashing, but it is fairly easy to do in Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. But I don't think there's any reason to pick anything else than the mono green card here, which is quite decent. Okay, so there's a Blade Pleasure, which is well, it has the same benefit from this, but it doesn't contribute to that. So you can't have too many non-artifact, non-enchantment cards if you want to go, activate these conditional triggers. But what else am I gonna take here? The rare and the uncommon artifacts are not really good. I'll just take the Nezumi Blade Pleasure, and really I need to start picking some random artifacts a lot more, because getting enchantments won't be hard because green has so many of them. Artifacts will be the harder part when you want to have a black-green Kami of Terrible Secrets deck. With that said, I'm not going to take a Dramatist's Puppet, not this early at least. I think that the Bamboo Crow Archer is just totally reasonable pickup here, so let's take that. This thing cares about modified creatures, not really what I'm doing here. The Voltage Search pick 8. It's still a good card. I don't think it should be pick 8, but maybe people just don't want to draft that much red in this set. It is a weaker color. But yeah, I'll take the Master's Rebuke here. I'm not gonna get a lot of benefit from this at least, so let's take the removal spell. There's another Bamboo Crow Archer. There is an Terrarium, which is fine, but and there's also a Season of Renewal. That is really decent too. But maybe I just take the Enchantment 2-drop here. It seems like I will be a lot of, a late game focused deck, so I don't mind the Defender here. It's a really good, efficient blocker, of course. So yeah, let's take the two mana thing here. And another Blade Pleasure, Kaitos Pursuit is fine. Shrine Steward doesn't have anything to pick up yet, but it might find something. I'm not sure if I want to have like multiple Blade Pleasures. Now that said, it does work with the enchantments. A 3/2 Menace is not bad. Yeah, I'm not really. If I had even one target for this thing, maybe yeah, but I think I'll just take the Blade Blizzard and really try to hope to, find Degenerate later on. Although if I will end up with only one Kami of Terrible Secrets, then I don't have to, focus on the artifacts too much. Alright, well, I guess I'll take this Puppet over the Favor of Yukai. I don't really like this trick too much here. Puppet can do something not necessarily good yet here, but I don't think there was a lot of better options in that pack. Here, I don't think anything matters. Let's take the red artifact removal, because this is something you could sideboard in if you really want to. Splashing, it's splashable. Okay, a Raider Sentinel. Am I enough defender of even enough of a defense focused deck that I would want to play the Sentinel here? A 3-mana 3/3 with defender, but it is an artifact, so maybe if I find more Kami of Terrible Secrets, it's an option. Alright, here the easy pick is the Reckoner Bankbuster. It's an artifact which I care about, and just the best card in the pack. There is a Behold the Unspeakable, which is easily the second best card here, but of course it's double blue. I have no interest in picking a double blue card, so let's just take this and move on here. Oh, this is really good as well. Goro. There's also Twin Shot Sniper here. Yeah, I don't think. Now, I mean, if I would ignore black or green, yeah, maybe in a world where I could pick both of these cards, I could see if red is the color I should be drafting here, but not now. So the question is, do I want to have like a third Bamboo Crow Archer? Do I want to have the Brute Suit, which is an artifact as well, or just take the Lethal Exploit? I think I can take the Lethal Exploit here. It's a best of 3 format, so I mean, this draft is a best of 3 drafts, so this is usually not that great against all decks. Some decks don't have a lot of small creatures, so you can sideboard this out. But there are, of course, a lot of decks that this can just work as efficient removal against them. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna just pass all the red cards here, hoping that the people to my right would be moving to red, if they are not already that. So, am I going to splash Naomi here? I don't have more than, 3 artifacts currently. And the Dramatist's Puppet and the Raider Sentinel are not exactly great. I could take the Undercity's Scrounger actually. I could even take the Iron Apprentice, but I don't think the Naomi is my pick here. I take the Scrounger, it's an artifact. I don't mind having a defensive card in this deck. So yeah, let's take it. Biting Palm Ninja, that is a very good black card. Could have been the best card in the pack. At least one uncommon has been taken. This set can have also 4 uncommons in a pack, because Uncommon Saga will not replace another kind of an uncommon. So I don't know, does this mean black is super open because this is a really good card? I'm taking it, of course. I'm just figuring out if I don't see any green here, so definitely green isn't too open to this direction. But yeah, it's an easy pick. I don't have to worry about. Oh, why? I mean, I don't have to worry about. Think about why it is still in the pack. All right, so Blossom Prancer. I just said green isn't too open, and then I get a high quality green 5-drop. I do like the guideboard too, but I'll take, of course, this one. I'm not sure if I should really focus too much on the artifact enchantments. As long as I have only one Kami of Terrible Secrets, I shouldn't. The Blade Blazer works even if you have only one or the other, it's still fine. But anyway, this is gonna be the Blossom Prancer. I'm just thinking if I should. Well, now there's an option to take another Kami of Terrible Secrets, so I do need to pick up more artifacts and also more enchantments. But it is such a nice card when you get it working, so I'm going to take it now. I'm hoping to mostly focus on artifacts and enchantments from now on. And that works for this pack. I have multiple options. I don't think well, it's going to be an artifact because I have more enchantments than artifacts now. But the Web Spinner Cup is really good, but so is Virus Beetle. The cuff is really good defensive. This is also more likely to survive, although opponent doesn't usually use removal spell on this. So, but I think the cuff is just more high impact card. So let's take that. Yeah, this is I think the only green artifact that's common or uncommon. All right, so let's just take the Terrible Secrets and hope to really pick up more artifacts and enchantments. Okay, I got these bamboo crow watches. I would actually like to have a third one now. I don't have a lot of early plays either, but yeah, maybe that's the peak. The Chain Flail Centipede is an artifact, but it's exactly the kind of artifact I don't care about having too much. I'm a mostly defensive deck that wins with late game focus. So let's take the defender here. And here I could take the Crafted Growth, but let's just take another Bamboo Crow Archer. I don't think my 2-drops in this deck need to be able to attack, given all the value I have for the later game. So let's just get good blockers that also contribute, to the Terrible Secrets, which I now suddenly have 3 of. Alright, so Crafted Growth or a Naomi here. I think I'm gonna take the Naomi if I get some. I don't have any splash capability yet, but I don't think I need the Crafted Growth. So let's go return to action, why not? Recon a bargain, that's fine. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna play the Naomi unless I actually, get some way to fix now. I of course have passed multiple crafted growths, but it's an option I have available. Alright, so this pack has actually a tough decision. I could even consider the patchwork automat, and I'm planning to find more artifacts. And this is an okay card even if it picks up just one counter. But there's an Assassin's Ink and a Kodama of the West 3. Do I have? I don't even have a playset of these, so if I want to, well, I think I have the set completed very easily before the next set release, so I don't have to pick a mythic rare just for that reason. It still is rather good, but I do have 3/3 reach things a lot here, so maybe I'll just take the straight up removal spell here. Yeah, because I have 4 of these. They can't attack, of course, but I think they destroy any creature is really, decent still to have here. Okay, I've been passed from both directions. Pretty nice red cards here. Again, I couldn't even pick both of these, but alright, so there's a 5th Bamboo Crow Archer. There's an automated Artificer. I don't care about the Coiling Stalker for this deck. It doesn't really suit what I'm doing here. So this would be mostly fine as a 2-drop artifact. But I think if I want to keep the dream alive for the Naomi, I should take the Uncharted Haven. This might come back as pick number 10 as well. Let's take the Mana Fixing Land. It'll be good even if my deck is just going to be a 2-color one. Alright, so don't think I care about the Merge Keeper or the Careful Cultivation. I have defensive early game. I don't need to have Mana Accelerating. These are not so great later in the game. There's a Touch the Spirit Realm. If I'm going to go for the splash, that would be the peak. But this pack has the Scoured Barrens, so don't know really. if I want to play the white splash, I should actually take the mana fixing thing here. Because it could also be a ninja's kunai here. But I think I'll take the mana fixer. I do like the idea of having the Naomi in my deck. And here, oh, there's an Imperial Oath. Well, if I'm gonna splash for white, I'm gonna take the Oath. This is a very, very strong common in this set. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna splash for white, and now I just hope to find some more cards for my... Oh, look at all these. all these red cards. I might actually take the mythic rare now, because I don't think my deck needs the Bearer of Memory that much. Tamiya's Safe Giving is fine sideboard card, but I have a lot of cards to make. I have some easy cards also to make here, like Return to Action, Bikanes Bargains. Not really necessary here, but I'll just take the mythic rare. I passed one of them, so I'll pick now another one. Oh, well, I would have liked to have the automated artificer, but there's no way I can pass a Blossom Prancer here, so let's take another one of those. Network Terminal, exactly what I wanted to have. 3 mana artifact that usually will stay on the battlefield when you cast it. Also helps with my splash, so this is really the better one than the green land aura would have been, because it's an artifact and I care more about having artifacts. So now it's 8 enchantments, 6 artifacts, and I think I should take well, let's just take the Raider Sentinel here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play 2 of them in the main deck, but I guess Rhine Steward don't. Okay, it doesn't have anything to fetch, so I'll take the Kaiser's Pursuit. As a sideboard card, I could take the Commune with Spirits, but I don't think it's necessary. I like this as a sideboard card. And then I do get the 5th Bamboo Crow Archer, but I think I'll just have to... Well, I don't have to, but I will take the Artificer instead. Is that the case though? There's a Season of Renewal, which is, you know, the better card. But given I have 3 Kamis of Terrible Secrets and I have a Naomi, a couple of these Blade Blazers, I should take the artifact there. Alright, so Careful Cultivation, is it something I care about? I don't think it is really. I think I still pick it, but I think I'm gonna cut it. Okay, there is a Crafted Growth too. So this makes the white splash rather easy. This is a good sideboard card. I don't like running this in the main deck, but it can be really good sideboard card. Okay, some nice blue there. There was a Thirst for Knowledge and Suit Up in the last 2 cards there. So what are my cards here? Well, it's gonna be the both. Well, okay, soon I get to do that. Okay. So yeah, not needing those. Got the lands for now, and then let's start the cuts. Reckoner Bargain, Return to Action, kind of unnecessary here. And then I don't think I care about the Careful Cultivation, and now the problem is that this is still 30 cards I need to cut a number of them. How many enchantments that is? 9, 8 artifacts. I think I can cut at least... I guess this is such a late game focused deck. I could be just having 7+7, because I don't really feel like running both of these Raid Sentinels. The Dramatist's Puppet is not great either, but as a 4-mana 2/4, it can still block. Sometimes the ability actually does something. It is a multi-purpose ability for sure. You can target opponent's permanents, your own ones. Works with, you know, any kind of counter, so law counters from sagas, +1/+1 counters are of course the obvious ones. These charge counters also. So it is something I don't mind having, but the Raider Sentinels at such, I mean, I don't necessarily want 6 of my creatures to actually have a defender. So maybe 1 Raider Sentinel goes away and some number of these. Well, do I care about the Crafted Growth? Because I have now 2 of my cards at mana. This is actually really tough, because I have so many cuts to make And if I want to have a good amount of artifacts and enchantments, which I do with the Kami of Terrible Secrets around, I just have to cut so many of that stuff. Maybe like the Lethal Exploit could be a sideboard card. Maybe even Master's Rebuke could be a sideboard card. I don't necessarily like it, but I don't also want to cut too many of my non-artifact, non-enchantment cards. And this starts to be a little bit tougher now. I think the Rage Sentinel still has to go. That leaves me at 6 artifacts. Yeah, this is a really tough one. Because I could see, playing just 16 lands, because I do have the Network Terminal and the Crafted Growth. And also a couple of lands that fix my mana, so I can play this White Splash even with 16 lands. But that means still cutting 2 cards. I guess one of the Bamboo Grow Arches will be cut. This is only 5 2-mana cards, but I can sideboard into, cards that do something early in the game. And now there's one more cut to be made, because I think I will play just 16 lands if I want to play both the Crafted Growth and the Network Terminal. So yeah, one more cut. It could be one of the Blade Blessers actually. It is kind of an unthemed card, but looking at the mana curve, if I'm going to cut a card, I think a 3-drop makes sense. And also, this is still a little bit more of an offensive card. It's also good on defense if you have Death Touch on it. But having 2 of them might be unnecessary. I'll cut one of them. At least it's not an artifact or an enchantment. So this would be the deck. 10 black cards, 10 green cards, 2 white cards. Some of them are of course multicolored, but yeah. So this is the main deck. So I did remove a lot of the defensive cards, but I have some. Let's say if I have an aggressive deck, I can sideboard into a 4th Bamboo Grow Archer. I can put the Lethal Exploit in and things like that. So that's the benefit of having a best of 3. In this best of 3 drafts, you can just modify your deck quite nicely during sideboarding. Because I don't think I want to play. I just don't want to cut all the other cards here, because this deck has to also be able to win, not just defend. So I think this is enough ways to get value. A lot of my cards are actually 2-for-1s, especially if I get the conditions matching here. So yeah, let's do like this, and don't have any way to fetch a basic plains in the deck. None of my cards are searching for land, so this is 2 white sources here. Network Terminal and the Crafted Growth are 2 more white sources. And I can get some treasures maybe with this thing. So that's 4 white sources for 2 white cards, and maybe this thing too. So I think that's totally enough. And now I just add basic lands, so it's 7+7 most likely. It could be... No, that would mean 9 ways to get black mana, not counting the fixing here, and 8 ways to get green mana. So yeah, that's fine. Let's have these ones. Alright. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways you could build this deck, but given that this is a best of 3 draft, I like this, taking a few of these defensive cards away from the main deck and then sideboarding into them if I need. Okay, let's see how this deck works in practice. It seems like the late game and the value in this deck is, massive, but there's no like bum mythic, so I still could lose to some of that kind of stuff. But I do feel the deck is quite good. Okay, opponent mulligans. I will keep this. I do need a 3rd land, but then I can at least cast my 3/2 here. And if this thing dies early, I can even cast the Gloomsreaker to get it back. Okay, getting 2 5-drops here, totally ideal here, right? I can actually sacrifice this to draw a card, which I will do. I must not. I don't want to risk not fitting my land drops. Plus, I can just play the Gloomsreaker anyway and get it back at some point. Okay, that is okay. That's fine. That is totally fine, yeah, because I got my land and even a play for this turn. BO3 reaches Skyward. How do I kill it? Don't have a lot of kill spells. I have the one destroy target creature, but could be problematic. So not even sure if I want to return the Jeff here necessarily. I'll just play the Blade Blazer here, that I can start some kind of an aggression with it at least. It will have Death Touch and Menace, because I can play an artifact if I need to. So what I could do now that I drew the land, I could remove a Saga counter here to delay this thing. There's also the way to at some point, benefit from my own, Saga here. So I'm not exactly sure if I want to do that, but it is something I can do. I'm not sure how valuable it is to delay that thing. What would my other play be then? It is interesting. It is interesting for sure. I could just, do this, play another menace creature here. But they will most likely have to... I mean, this will become a creature if I don't use the puppet here. Alright, so I think... I'm gonna do this pre-combat, just in case if they have some way to, I don't know, kill this. I have it now. Well, not kill, but have a flash blocker, because they could be like the, the channel option to make a creature. And now I have 2 enchantments. Actually, I will have a 3rd one here, so this will definitely have menace now. But they do have an actual removal spell, so yeah, not ideal for me. So how do I push through this massive creature without finding my own Assassin's Ink? Don't know how that happens. Well, I have now the menace guy here at least, so I can... Should I just play the... Yeah, I don't know really. The Tales of Master Seshiro doesn't seem that great right now, because they will be able to block the Gloomsreaker once they have another creature there. So I'll just attack for 2 and see what happens. I guess I can find my own branch too, but the opponent having 5 cards in their hand, I'm a bit worried. Alright, so don't want to play the Naomi right now because it doesn't trigger. Just have the Blossom Prancer. I don't want to see an Assassin's Ink because I can't pick that. Okay, I don't see it. I do get a lot of... Only one of them can be had. Alright. So, of course, all these 3 non-scrounger cards are good. The Blossom Prancer is almost strictly better than the Terrible Secrets thing, so the 2 green cards it is. If they have another way to remove a big creature, the problem is that this gives me value, while this can actually battle with their big creature. Problem is that if they just kill this, I get 2 forests. Well, given my hand, that might be still okay. Okay, let's take the BO3 to reach Skyward here. The 2 forests will actually be somewhat useful. They are gonna go for the aggression. I don't think I'm gonna double block right now. It's way too risky. I can take 7 here. And then I can, because if I would have mana up for this, then at least I could consider that option. Okay, they can kill the Gloomsreaker now. Okay, I did find the Assassin's Ink. That is really good. So now what I should do here is just I could play the Artificer and the Assassin's Ink. Am I gonna offer the trade on the Prancer? Yeah, I can get rid of the Death Toucher here. The Blossom Prancer already got a lot of value. Now they might have a Tamiya safekeeping, and I don't want them to save the Branch of Boseiju with that thing. So maybe I will just play a little bit slower here for now. Get my lands, hit my land drops, and I can still play the Artificer. Now that will mean that I will most likely take another 7 points of damage here. Well, that just happens then. At least the ink will be cheaper on the next turn. Yeah, I don't like it, but I don't also want to jump block without using the dockside chest while doing so. Greater ton. Okay, so they don't have a... That's the important part. No, the sad thing is they could play another big creature, but that I can multiple block. So I can play an untapped land and have 7 mana, which allows me to cast... No, I can't do both Naomi and... But what I can do, I can make this enter the battlefield with the Dramatist's Puppet, actually. Because then I can cast a Naomi, but that requires tapping the Scoured Barrens for the white and then this for black, and then I don't have double black available for the Assassin's Ink at that point anymore. So that I cannot do. So this by the way, so I can activate this ability with this mana, so I only need to leave 1 black mana up. But let's now see. I want to kill something before they untap, and that's gonna be the obvious thing here, right? I'm gonna kill this no matter what, so let's get rid of the 7/7, soon to be 8/8 maybe. And then I can... yeah, because I have the mana up, so I should do it like this. So now I have the Dockside Chef up thanks to the automated Artificer, and this thing adds... put a low counter on it, and then it will be a creature on the battlefield. So hopefully the opponent doesn't have enough means to get rid of all of this stuff, because now of course they can just kill the Boseiju. I can draw a card even, then I can still double block these with the 3 and 2 power things. Twisted Embrace. Alright, so not so great. I would have to tap this if I want to draw a card. This is also a trampler, so that sadly what I cannot do is I cannot, you know, jump block and draw a card. I will take 7 for with trample, and that's it. I think I'm gonna still draw a card, because what I can do is that I can still, you know, block it with all of these, and they will get... I mean, of course, if they have more interaction, then I'll just lose. But that's how it goes. I mean, I can't... If opponent has it all, there's not much else to say. I can... Well, I can still... Yeah, they do. I mean, this is just... They had all the removal. That's really annoying. The Naomi doesn't even give me... Yeah, I actually am missing now the enchantment. Now that they got rid of all of my enchantments, I cannot... So yeah, they had the Twisted Embrace and the Master's Rebuke. That is super annoying. This won't be giving me a creature now. How annoying is that? So... Can I, even if I cast this, I can't even... That's only 5 damage. I can't play any combination of creatures that allows me to even trade with this, even if they don't have any more interaction there. I have to jump block. But how do I do it? with these things, I guess. There's ninja, but do I want to ninja this out? It's gonna cost 3, then No, I need blockers actually. But the ninjutsu can really be useful here. I can jump block these, take a lot of damage. Then I have to jump block that thing, but I think that's what I have to do. Alright. Yeah, this is tough. Oh, look at this. They had another Assassin's Ink, and then they have a Season of Renewal. Their hand is just... Oh, alright. I thought I had the good stuff going on, but there's no beating that stuff. Easily, at least. So now I can jump block with either of these things. I'm gonna play this as, I guess, black. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I want to play, actually I can play the tails and okay, next turn. Well, I can't play the Naomi still, of course, but okay. I mean, I can, but I need to draw an enchantment here or something. I don't know. I have to, whichever I play here, I have to block with. They're gonna get back. I'm dead. The fact they had 2 incredibly relevant cards left in their hand. Oh, that is rough. This is really tough. Okay, well that's just alright. Okay then. Sideboarding time. They have good spot removal, good value there. So what I'm doing here is don't need the bamboo crow arches here. At least not that many of. Return to action. That could be interesting. Kaida's Persuade is actually also interesting. I'm gonna play the discard 2 effect here. How about something else? The Bamboo Crow Archer. I'm gonna have the Careful Cultivation. I'd rather have the mana accelerating as 2 drops. Lethal Exploit. It can kill the Goshintai, I guess. Let's have it and maybe not play something like the... Scrounger. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that was a rough game there. Because I had so much value in my hand, but the opponent just had their big creatures and they removed all my ways to, deal with them. Sure, that's fine. I have a 3-drop and then Imperial Oath will be a good one. Okay, so maybe this thing has Menace, but they can play another blocker there. So I think I'll just play this one now. Now they're offering the trade, which is fine. I don't mind the trade here. I don't have an enchantment to give it Menace, so let's just make the trade happen. And now I can play the Biting Palm Ninja because they would have to need to have either a removal spell or 2 creatures. And with the 3 forests, they can't use the Assassin's Inks because that is a double caster. Or the Twisted Embrace. Alright, so let's attack with the Menace guy. We'll see what they have there. And they have a... okay. Alright. Jeez. Well, I'm not gonna make them discard the enchantment because they can get it back. So it's more like do I want to get just rid of the Season of Renewal? The Spinning Wheel Kick will actually be incredible with the Death Toucher. So I just have to hope they don't draw another Black Source anytime soon. I mean, these are 1-for-1 removals. This can be 2-for-1, so I'll just get rid of the spinning wheel kick here. Get my own 2-for-1s going on. Okay. They don't have any flyers. This is actually a bad set of things. Don't need this one too much. Maybe it as an aura will do something at some point, but just the Bamboo Crow Archer. They have the hoverbike in their deck, but that might be the only thing that has flying. So let's take the Careful Cultivation. I don't need the 4 life, because you can always take 4 life here, but I don't really need it. Okay, no swamp yet. So this thing no longer has menace. So they can of course block both of these. And they can return the Death Touchers and stuff. So not great for me, but... They also have the mana available, so I'd rather... So point is, if they didn't have 3 mana available, maybe I would just, you know... offer the trades here and then at least have their table empty, but... I don't want them to be able to use the 3 mana right now, so I'm gonna just play the Imperial Oath and not attack with anyone. Okay, well, I don't need the lands, but the Gloomsreaker is obviously very strong here. Yep, no attacks. They are not gonna return, just one Fang of Shigeki there. They also need to have something good here. Okay, they had nothing because these 2/2 tokens are gonna be good. Alright, I have 6 mana. Should I make... I think I like the Gloomsreaker into the... Well, I could actually... No, okay, okay, I can return something that is gonna die right now. So that's what I'm doing here. So the Biting Palm Ninja will be returned now. They will be able to kill the Gloomsreaker with Goshintai, but don't think it matters too much. Because that will cost 5 mana. And that means that because this has many, they won't be able to block the ninja unless they have... No, that's actually wrong. If they find a land, they can get the Fang of Shigeki and... but they still have to double block this Biting Palm Ninja with 2 Death Touchers and I get to kill them both. That would be valuable too. Yeah, so they can return the Biting... Okay, they actually chose to return the 3-1 rather than the Goshintai, even though this can have a free kill on the Gloomsreaker. Now they found a swamp, but that might not be good enough because the tokens from the Samurai generator are going to be very relevant here. So now I have 7 mana. I mean, they kind of have to double block the ninja or they lose one of the removal spells. I think I am in a good shape here for sure. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm gonna play this just to get it going on, and I will keep the Gloomsreaker here now. But they have something they can cast here. Well, so be it. I give this an extra counter because that has to be double blocked. They had their hoverbike there, so my Biting Palm Ninja is gonna get... Okay. But this is still quite good. They are taking a bunch of damage here. They're taking 7 here actually. How do they beat this stuff? I can play just a 1/1 here, which is actually gonna pick up the counter from this thing. Yeah, there's no way they can beat all this stuff. The Imperial Oath is really good. Okay, so I saw these Death Touchers. Nasumi Prowler. Kind of interested in the Master's Rebuke here. Also with all the removal, the return to action is quite interesting as well. I think I should play one of them. I do like it a little bit more than the Reckon's Bargain. Yeah, I do. I have so many good creatures. It doesn't work with this because this doesn't die. This goes straight to exile, but returning like a Biting Palm Ninja, Kami of Terrible Secrets, Blossom Branches could be really valuable here. So what am I not taking? I have to cut something, I mean. I think the Dramatist's Puppet might be cut, but I don't want to go too low on artifacts. This is only 5 anymore, so I don't actually... Yeah, maybe the Automated Artificer is still the thing, but do I want to have another artifact in the deck? Because this is a lot. I mean, this is way too low. 4 artifacts is not good enough. I think I need to play at least a Scrounger instead of the Artificer here, which means I still need to cut a card. Maybe the Kaitos Pursuit. It is really good though because of them having a lot of good cards in their hand. I can just make them discard them, but I think it's just still the card I need the least. Because all the other ones are so crucial. Alright, so I will play still one Bamboo Crow Archer. I think I could play the Master's Rebuke though, but I don't even have any death touches here. I do have a lot of these Kami of Terrible Secrets. Maybe the Bamboo Crow Archer isn't as good as the Automated Artificer. That will leave me with 6 artifacts and 6 enchantments. That's an even amount of them. Alright, how about the Dead to the Kami? It's tough because I don't want to cut any of my artifacts or enchantments, and all the ones that are not one of them are so good cards. Okay, what's this? If this hand had even an enchantment, even if I couldn't cast it, if it had, I could keep it because of the Terrible Secrets and the artifact and an enchantment. But now that I don't have it and I don't have anything but forests, yeah, this should be a mulligan. Okay, that's a lot better. Don't think I need the puppet. It can, you know, add another counter from this thing, but the puppet is still the least important card in this hand. This actually gives a counter to a vehicle too. Okay, they have an aggressive 2-drop there. Well, I will have to take some damage, but I will have my 1/4 of course coming up. So let's see if they can... Okay, I didn't see any of this stuff earlier in the game, so now they find their curving out. So if this could be bad if they just, you know, have removal after removal, but not much I can do about it. Because of course this can't block any of these, but I have seen at least 3 removal spells that can kill this. 2 of these, the instants, uncommon instants, and then the twisted aura. What's that? Twisted Embrace? Okay, so there's gonna be something and I'm gonna just block here. At least I get to absorb 3 damage here. So they have a Yukai Preserver. Okay, well, that's not great at all. Jeez. So this is how it goes. Be on the draw, opponent plays a 2-drop, and then, well, not a 3-drop, but a play on turn 3, and then have pump spells or removal to deal with my blockers, and I'm already at down to 7. This is a very different game than the game 1 was. So I'm already going to need to... I can't play both of the... so I'll do this. Am I gonna keep the vehicle to counter or... No, I want to be able to crew the vehicle actually, and that's possible if I give the counter to the artificer. Let's see this like this, and now of course the opponent has Assassin's Ink, and then I just lose. And it seems they have something because, well, it could be something else, but this start from the opponent was just perfect. I wasn't expecting to see this kind of aggressive curve out after what I saw in the earlier games. I thought they were also a late game focused deck with removal and expensive value cards, but now they just went crazy with that stuff. So they kill one of my creatures and I will lose. Well, I won't lose now, but if they kill... Alright. Talk about the perfect curve out from the opponent. Okay, so maybe not something that has multiple Assassin's Inks. So the awkward thing about that last game is that my deck has like a in combined main deck and sideboard has like 4 bamboo crow arches. That if I had one of those, I mean I sideboarded most of them out because I didn't see the aggressive potential from the opponent, and then they in the final game when they get to be on the play, they will just curve out like crazy. And if I had my bamboo crow arches there, they wouldn't have been able to deal much damage at all. So that was really awkward there, because I had the tools to battle that kind of a start, but I guess they drew the different half from the deck than in the previous 2 games where I really didn't get the picture that they are such a, they have the potential for such aggression. So opponent here mulligan to 6, and they actually play a 52 card deck, as you can see. This might be a little bit easier match, but let's not make any assumptions at this point yet. But of course, if the opponent has some good cards in their deck, they have lessened their chance to draw them. Here I could... Well, I want to wait for an artifact, so I'm gonna just play the ninja here. And I can connect with this because I do have the Assassin's Ink. This has many. They can play a 4-mana card here, so... But if they tap this, they can't block this in that case. But anyway, I have this just in case. Of course, they can have their own removal too. Inkrise Infiltrator, is that the only drop they have? Okay. And now I got the Boss Age here. So this goes, of course, a lot better than any of the previous 3 games now. As you can see, they also missed their land drop there. So let's see what they have. They have nothing amazing. I think I just don't want to be discarding any cards, although I will be getting 2 forests to my hand. But I also want to play the forest, so let's get rid of the Kaitos Pursuit. These creatures are not really that important here. And I now just need to find one of my artifacts to get more value out of this. This will be a massive creature, which I don't see any answer from the opponent. So yeah, this could be an easy mode now after the very tough match number 1. Okay, opponent. That's not how you should do it. It has a reach. Alright, so no artifact means that I kind of don't want to play the Terrible Secrets Kami, because they can just play, for example, the Brute Suit or something. They can trade it off. Now the question is, am I going to use something like an Assassin's Ink to kill the trainee? No, there's no point. I'll just offer the trade here, I think. Because they can just play a 3-2 that can block it anyway. This already got a good amount of value. Now they don't block with the Bushido thing. Do they even realize it actually can block and trade with that thing. Yeah. Okay, this is definitely maybe a little bit inexperienced player. Because there's no reason they should take 3 damage when they can just block with the trainee here. They can't even... I mean, if they want to attack with the trainee, I'm happy to block with my own 3-3 here. Yeah, I don't need this for any particular purpose here. And now I will have a big creature. There are 2 cards I don't know about, but if they are not removable on the branch, that's going to be... I mean, this will just win the game. That said, I have drawn a few lands here, which is something I can, live with for now. And yes, I had the option to play the 3-4, but I do want to have the card here. Okay, they draw cards, gain some life, but that also sets them back a lot. They of course do need to hit their land drops, but this is gonna deal 7 now, so it's not really great for them. I am almost tempted to kill the Bamboo Crow Archer with the Assassin's Ink here now, but I mean they will go down to 4 life in that case. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Because I'll play a land, this will deal 7, and then they are really in trouble. Oh, and even drew this artifact now, so I can, yep, get my card here. Alright. Well, I of course saw there are a bunch of 2 toughness creatures, including what they had in their hand. So I think the lethal exploit will be decent. Also the Master's Rebuke might be good. Maybe I got one of the Bamboo Crow Archers because it's kind of... I side in a too early 2-mana spell. I can sideboard out another early 2-mana spell. And now, what is the... If I want to play the Rebuke, what would I cut? I think the Blade Pleasure is unnecessary. Let's sideboard into removal. Because I saw, decent targets. Mostly because the Master's Rebuke isn't going to be able to always be able to deal with 2 big creatures in this deck. But they had those 2 toughness creatures, which I don't mind having the option to get rid of. Okay, well, I'm going first. They let me go first. Well, I can't keep the 1 lander, so let's mulligan. And this is fine. I don't know if I want to... I mean, I probably have to name green on this, but I have a couple of... I'm not playing in this on turn 1. I want to see if I draw a... either green or white source. Alright, so... I think the cuff is... Now this is a double green, but this is just a... Oh no, this is also an artifact for the Naomi here. Okay, actually it's gonna be the double green here. And now I might have to play this if I want to have my... Well, unless I draw a swamp. But if I don't draw... Yeah... So... I have of course more green sources than white sources. But I also don't want to... Okay, I think I'm gonna still say white, because I have the Naomi in my hand. I will find at some point a land for the web spinner cuff, and then I'm already needing 1 enchantment to make this thing work, and this thing work. And there we go. Alright, so let's play this thing. I might be able to connect again, because they don't have a blocker and this doesn't transform quite yet. They need 2 creatures or removal on the ninja here. And I still need an enchantment. I have an artifact, but I need to draw an enchantment if I want to get value out of these things here. Array the Sentinel, milling me or them. Land. So none of these was an enchantment. I don't mind that. Okay, let's see what they have in their hand. exile. Well. I don't really know. I guess the bearer of memory can be annoying if they get to 6 mana at some point. Card draw, they have to sacrifice something relevant. This doesn't really do anything now, does it? It can get the Increase Infiltrator back, but I think I'm gonna get the bearer of memory away because I don't want them to get those free counters. Okay, so now I can play the Naomi, of course, even without having the enchantment because this has an attack trigger still, but of course ideally I would just be drawing an enchantment. Now I can make this into a 4/7 if I want to. That's a thing. Sadly they can triple block it and then it will die, so maybe not such a great idea. Okay, they immediately... Okay, now I see. They can sacrifice that so they get value from the Restless Shadows thing. I didn't actually, you know, realize that, but I don't think I still wanted to. Yeah, I guess I could have exiled the Restless Shadow, but now they had to just use it, in that way. Which is, they played a creature and then they sacrifice it right away to basically go to 2 for 2 and used 4 mana for that, so not so troublesome to me. So now I could make this into a 4/7 and attack, but of course now that I have a Gloomstrigger and opponent was friendly enough to mill me some cards, so I can actually return the network terminal, which I think is still making some sense. I get to loot with it and all that, so... Am I going to attack with the ninja? No. I'm actually a fool, because this is what I'm gonna do. I have the Gloomstrigger here, so I'm just gonna return it. Yeah, the network terminal is a good one, but I still prefer to return the ninja here. And now I have an artifact and an enchantment. I can go for... The 2/2 tokens are not doing that much against the 3/3s here. That's for sure. But I can also reconfigure them to be 3/6s, so maybe I want to do the mana efficient play. There's no good attack. I could reconfigure, but they can just double block and I get to trade with only one of them, and that uses my entire turn. Let's play the Naomi now. So they actually chose to not... Okay, so what they chose to do is they put the Raider Sentinel on top of their deck instead of returning this ninja to their hand. I didn't even pay attention to that. Are they gonna try to mill me? It's not gonna work. That's way too much. I mean, I have 26 cards in my deck. Did they just want to have yet another 3/3 there? But they now missed the draw there. I guess the Flying Ninja isn't that great when I have the reach thing here, so maybe makes some sense, but I don't know really. Okay, I milled some stuff. Not too concerned about that. Okay, Bank Buster. Yeah, I can draw 3 cards without decking out here. So the Naomi could be made into a 5/8. Sadly, it's still gonna be... It could be triple blocked, and then I can only trade with one of these. So I can kill one of these. Well, they block it with 2 of something. I think I'll just draw the card now, see what happens. I have an artifact and an enchantment. So let's draw the card for now and see what I draw here. So Is it worth it trading with one of these, getting another 2-2 here? I think it is. Wow. If I knew they're not gonna block, I would have played the land. Although they might have done it, because of course I could have. I really didn't expect them to do that kind of play. What is the meaning of this? I don't understand. That's really odd. Well, I'm gonna keep the ninja option here because I can attack with the Kami of Terrible Secrets and stuff like that. Yeah, I will rather keep this in my hand now. The opponent showed their willingness to not block. Okay, that's a better of memory. And then they attack with the Kami of Restless Shadow. And I have a 3-4. I also can crew the Bankbuster to block with it. But yeah, they didn't attack in the end. So, how to do it now? I'm just getting a free another 2-2 here. So I drew a land, but it's a tapped land. It still means I can reconfigure and have the 3 mana for ninjutsu. So I think I should have that. But which one? This has to be blocked with 2. Getting the use ninjutsu on this thing is really valuable. But then again, let's just do it like this. They do need to... Okay, they just... I don't know what's going on here. I really don't know. Let's return the Kami of Terrible Secrets, see what they have in their hand. Maybe not the most interesting content on YouTube, but it's been so many, more than a week since I made a new video, so I'm not going to... I will upload this anyway. Alright, so here, well, look at this. Let's get rid of the Restless Shadow thing. This is just a total, I mean, non-game in the sense that the opponent is not doing any reasonable decisions here. They should be blocking. They are not they are not attacking and they are not blocking. So I don't know what's going on. Now they attack. All right. So crew this thing. Like this. Eat a couple of these guys and trade with the better memory. So that's... They get to untap some lands, but I know they have no use for the War Paint, which is, by the way, a totally unplayable card. Definitely not a splashable card. And okay, this is it then. They can put that on the bottom of my library, sure. So this is enough damage, I think. I don't even, I don't need to calculate it, do I? So they block 4. That is... Actually, it's not enough. Even if I use the crafted growth. But at least I forced them to... I forced them to, jump block here, I think. No, it is enough. I actually did miss one of these. Yeah, they block the 4/4s and they take enough. Yeah, because of the biting palm ninja. I somehow missed that. I have that thing around. Alright, so maybe the last match is... so the first match was a very, very tough one. The second one was almost a bye. And now, let's see how the third match goes. totally decent curve-out. I can play this on turn 2, this will have menace, and then when I play this on turn 4, this will be menace and death touch. So red. If there is a blue color accompanying it, I should keep this in hand for the channel. I don't think I might need 2 of these bamboo crow arches right now, but of course I don't have to decide anything like that right now because I'm not going to play this in a couple of turns anyway. Okay, they actually want to kill that. That is good news to me, because I don't care about them killing that. That actually does remove the menace from this thing, but you know, I might still want to play this, especially if they don't play an island here. Okay, they played the 3rd mountain. Alright, Peerless Samurai. Well, they get their discounts. I think it's fine, because what I can do here is just this here. This thing is a 4-3 menace now. I can play this right away too, I think. And then next turn I have... Well, the cuff without the option to reconfigure, I have only 6. Are they mono red or... Anyway, now they can play a 5 mana worth of spells this turn, if they choose to do so. They might want to leave this as a blocker and play something else that can block, but I will be able to make this thing into a death toucher. I would trade with 2 things. Temperate in Solitude, alright. So they played the land first. They shouldn't have, because this can... If they exile a land now, they can't play it. They can't play that one either. Oh, they can, because it's cheaper, haha. So they get to do it. So this already netted them a card. A 3-3. Okay. Well, this will still be able to deal for them. Oh, they chose to not play it. Did they forget that the discount from the Peerless Samurai does actually work here? That seems to be the case. There was no reason to play the Song Shaper when they can just play this for free. I mean, not for free, it will cost mana, but I mean, they would have still... That's just an extra card. Alright, so... It seems like they are playing mono red, by the way. Now I can double block the Peerless Samurai. And I will. Unless they reveal something that makes it bad. But it's not gonna be a bad double block. Okay, with Kindled Fury, actually. Well, now I'm not gonna block it. Because this Bamboo Crow Archer will die, and this won't be enough to... Because this gives first strike, so yeah, let's take 2 here. And now, if they wanna add 1 damage to their attack, be my guest. Otherwise, this Tempered in Solitude hasn't really done much. So they want to use the mana for Goro Goro. That is a good one. They do need a modified creature though. But I need to be careful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I cannot play the Boseiju and a reconfigure. But if they double block with the Goro Goro and the Towashi Song Shaper, I'm pretty happy. So maybe I'll just attack here. It seems like they have something. Oh, but they do have the haste activation here too, so maybe they don't. I think I might have... Well, there's like a very small chance they're gonna kill the Bamboo Crow Archer to remove the menace from this guy and then have... But still, neither of these will trade. Okay, but this still has menace. Okay, that's really bad. It has menace. Okay, it seems like the third match is also... Okay, look at this. That's a 3 for 1. That is a 3 for 1. Unless they had another, first strike trick, which they did not. Sure. So this is a pretty weird event now. I had one very, very tough match, and then 2 of these where opponents clearly make some suboptimal decisions here. Also, red has a very few ways to deal with something like a big creature, so I think this BO3 is an amazing one. Okay, so let's see what they're gonna... Okay, again they played a land before they attacked, so now they just miss out on the land drop here. Let's see what the final card in their hand is. This is gonna die if it's not something that saves them. Crackling Emergence, sure. Well, don't have much going on here. Don't think the reconfiguration is even that necessary. Although it is actually, they might want to attack with that thing to, get the solitude thing going on. So at least now they will lose the creature if they attack. Are they gonna do it? Sacrificing the 3/3 just to get a chance to play an extra card. Kami of Industry gets Songshaper and then it gets sacrificed. Okay, Bamboo Crow Archer. Not the greatest, but of course I don't need to care about anything else than the branch of BO3 here. There could be like a mythic dragon or something. I don't need a 3/3 blocker here, so I'll just... Do I want to reconfigure here? I don't think it's that necessary. This is going to be a 2-turn clock no matter what. I don't think it has to be any larger. Yeah, they have to jump block. They can't connect with the Ogre Helm here. Okay, they really... What? Alright. So how many Bamboo Crow Archers do I want to have? They do have, these early drops here. I definitely, because of the Goro, I want to be able to get rid of that thing. So Lethal Exploit and Master's Rebuke at least. I need those. I think the Blade Pleasure is again not so necessary. And maybe one of the Bamboo Crow Archers, now that I had the cheap removal spell here. And this is probably it. I think with the Chef, the Scrounger and the Kami of Terrible Secrets, I'll keep this. I'm on the draw also, so I just want to of course find either, well, any land, even a swamp will be fine, but ideally one that can produce green or white, so I get to play this for the missing color. The opponent did mulligan to 6. Let's play the Chef for now. And next turn, I think the same story applies. I don't even have a green card. I will play this as a white producing land because I have the Naomi here. Although that is a green card, but I have the Assassin's Ink here. This is not a... I don't think they're gonna discard their hand quite soon. Yeah, with the Naomi I think I still do this. And also because I do have the Assassin's Ink here, So I have a removal spell here anyway. If I didn't, I might play this for green just in case to have an out to this head helm before it starts drawing them cards, but I might just use the ink here. Although ideally I just play the Scrounger. Tempered in Solitude. Again they played a land first. They should not have played this land because now they just missed this land drop. There's no point, they didn't need it for anything. Alright, so... I don't have a fourth land. If I did, doing the Scrounger thing might be a little bit more interesting. But I think I just wanna get rid of this guy. To, you know, at least deny them the Solitude thing for one turn. Although they might have the hasty land aura. I mean, what's the... Well, anyway, the 3-3. That makes land into a 3-3, but... Okay, there are multiple of those. Sure. So there is the land, and of course now I can just... Are they gonna kill it? I can respond by sacrificing it. Yeah, well, that's value for me. I'm not gonna miss out. This, it's not like the opponent is really threatening me in any way. I can still play this. I was planning to play and activate this, but might as well draw the card by sacrificing the Dockside Chef. The same number of cards drawn anyway, and now this has an extra card draw. I'm in no hurry to get the pilot here. Now that was my only enchantment, but I do have another one here. So all I need to find now is a forest. Scrap welder, sure. Could play this. Now I think I need to hit my land drops. At least try to do that. Alright, so this is good. Now, I think I can... Okay, the thing with the Bamboo Crow Archery is that it can block this guy, but it will trade with it. And I don't want to trade with it. Because I want to get my benefits. Yeah, I'll play this green card. Now they will get the Temperate in Solitudes, you know, happening, but... but I'm not sure if I was supposed to... Okay, let's see what they have there. So I'm not blocking now because they can kill this thing. I take 3. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to play the Bamboo Crow Archer but not block with it. Because now I need to draw an actual untapped lands in order to play this and this Kami of Terrible Secrets. But I just was, you know, I was afraid that they might have a removal spell on this thing and then I'd lose my only enchantment for these triggers. So are they gonna use 3 mana to deal 2 extra damage? Yes, they are. And then I have... Now they get to play their land. Finally. Finally they get to play their land. I don't think they played a land pre-combat, no. Network Terminal. So that's not a land. Well, I'm gonna play it is a mana producer still, and what I can now do is, of course, I can accrue the Recon and Bankbuster, and if the opponent doesn't realize that I have a 4/4 blocker here. Now they might have a removal on it, but I think it doesn't matter even. I mean, I would miss out on the card draws that are still coming up, but looking at my hand, I don't really need any more card draw. I have means to... Okay, now there it is. I have means to, you know, get value in the to win in the late game. So if they attack with both, they don't trigger the Temperate in Solitudes. So that's what they choose to do. Okay then. Did they realize that I can do this? No, that's horrible for them. they just lost the creature for no reason. Okay, so yep. What to do? Maybe I have 6 mana here now. Could play the Oath, but I think the Naomi is better because of the size. Although I could also draw a card and then play the Kami of Terrible Secrets. Yeah, I wanna hit my land drops. But tap land is totally fine. I can still, because if it was untapped I could have played the Naomi, but that's still okay. And I will guess I'll attack for 1. So yeah, this deck has a lot of value. It's just that the first match, especially the last game in it, it was so tough. Also the first game when the opponent had, you know, all the removal on my answers to the big things. And then the last game in that first match was just them curving out like crazy. When I had sideboarded my Bamboo Crow Arches out, that was a bit unfortunate because I think this deck has really good late game and also the defensive early game. Okay, there goes the Bankbuster. So I think even though the opponent's deck was really good in there, and of course I won 1 game there. It was a 2-1. I lost there. So that could have been easily a match 1-2. So, but of course these last 2 matches here are really, what can I say here? Not every opponent entering these draft events are like a veteran drafters. It's clear that both opponents in these final 2 matches are not the same caliber as the first opponent. So now I can just do one of many things. So first of all I have land drop and this, it's 8 mana. That allows me to do, I guess, the Naomi and Undercity's Grounder. Let's attack first. I know I could use this land for looting, but I think I'm gonna play this land still. Maybe the next ones I will be looting away. But I mean, yeah, as you can see, this how can I lose this? There's no mass removal for this mono red deck available in this format, so there's no way the opponent can beat my board or what I have in hand. Even if they have some crazy bomb rare, I do have, you know, multiple threats there. Okay, they have a Naomi. They can steal my Naomi and get the trigger there. That's actually interesting. Also, one thing that is in the format is there's a red spell that can deal 10 damage. It's a mythic rare. So if I really want to be safe, I should jump block here. I would drop to 11 and then this thing can always deal 1 to me. It takes a couple of turns before I get to win here. Because I think I can afford to play safe. I will jump block here. Hopefully they don't have a burn spell to finish off the Naomi here. Because the only thing I lose to now is something very crazy like a multiple of these or the mythic rare that can deal 10 damage to me. Alright, so now I will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 8 mana. I could have 9 if I want to play the forest. Yeah, sure. I think I will loot the other forest away. That's my idea. Are they gonna jump block? Well, I don't mind it either way. 4 damage or them jump blocking are both good options for me. So now what I do here is first let's thin the deck a bit and then play the Kami of Terrible Secrets. Like this. Although this costs mana to loot, so I was wrong. I can't loot now that I do this. Unless I get the treasure token from this thing. That's a possibility. But it's not like I need the looting for anything. Of course I don't. Do they want to get value from the solitudes here? Okay, so I might actually get the treasure token now, because a creature will die. I'm gonna block with... So they have a ambitious assault and an explosive entry. Alright. Do I want to make them use the assault here? Yeah, let's make them use mana. I could have just blocked with a 2-2 here, of course, but this is fine. They use 3 mana that way. And I will get to... Actually, I don't... No, yes, I get to loot, but I have to do it in response to this. Because I need to tap also an artifact. Okay, Peerless Samurai, that's fine. And then they will cast the explosive entry, targeting one of my artifacts, so I have to do the looting in response, because first of all I need to make an artifact, and then I have to use the treasure for mana now. And then this is the only artifact left that's untapped, which I can tap for this ability. And I will get rid of the forest. The opponent knows about it, so let's not give them any more information. So now I could put this on top of my deck, but that's totally unnecessary, so let's not do that. And then I will get rid of the samurai. I don't think I need those lands. Am I gonna first I will scry. That's fine. And yep, that's also opponent realizing they have no way to win this in the long game. Alright, so it's kind of an unexciting event because how the last 2 matches went. But I think the deck was really good. I mean, I would have actually wanted to play against some, you know, against a little bit more challenging matches, because this deck really so many of the cards just give me more value, and I had especially the ability to sideboard into a very defensive deck against anything that's a little bit more aggressive. Of course, if I sideboard into these early defensive cards, I have to lose some of the value cards, but I could always side away something like a Nezumi Blade Pleasure and I guess the Scrouncer or something like that. So that I wouldn't have to lose all the value I have available in this deck. But now the 2 last matches were, I mean, that didn't really matter what would I have done in there. I think they were easy to win anyway. So this was it after a long pause, my first upload in a while, and I will continue making these videos. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do daily videos, maybe like every second day or something, because I have played a lot of these formats. I'm actually close to completing this set if I just open all these packs, because if you are not aware, I played a lot of unrecorded drafts when I tried to reach the top 1200 mythic ranking during the month of February, which I wasn't able to do. So I played like 40 drafts that I haven't recorded. So I'm, in terms of set completion, I'm very close to there already. So I don't need to play these drafts to you know, complete the set. But I want to make you know, the content anyway for my channel, but it might not be daily content from now on. Anyway, thank you for watching, and the next draft will be a premiere draft. Bye bye.